All right. So first question: how long did it take for you to get your first professional job in the film industry?
My first professional job in the film industry was in 2019,
Uh,
right before the pandemic. I went online to this kind of like a help wanted site. It's called Craigslist, and they have like a film production crew section,
mhm.
and they had a job opening for coordinator. I had no idea what that was, but it was my way on set, so I took the job. It was incredibly difficult and challenging, but it was also rewarding because I learned a lot. It was honestly probably the worst set I've ever been on, but it was my way in the door, and I got to meet a lot of people in the community, and it's through that network essentially how I've gotten here today.
How was it during COVID? Did you have anything to do, or were you continuously working on getting better in the film industry during COVID?
So I was working on getting better in the film industry. My main job in film is editing, and there is a VFX artist. Her name is Cash Bunny. She started a Zoom call at the beginning of the pandemic, like this co-working space, and because like we couldn't meet up and everybody was isolated, she created this community
Hmm.
to I mean, keep everybody together and I guess, hopeful and just checking in on each other. So during the pandemic that I spent a lot of time with that. I'm still there today, honestly. It goes 24/7, but that is how I maintained a presence in the film industry, or just like honing my skills is with them on Edit Party. Yeah. Hello, James. How are you?
Good, good. How long have you been working in the film industry?
So I've been working since 2019, and I've had a few different positions since then. Assistant camera, grip, a DIT, media manager, production assistant, production coordinator, which I mentioned. Yeah.
And have your feelings about your work changed over time?
Um, my feelings have changed over time in that I think I know where I would like to be. Having had a bunch of different positions, I know that I enjoy editing most within the film industry. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, James. All right.
Hello, Solomon.
Hey, how's it going?
Not bad. Yourself?
Hanging in there.
You're familiar with all aspects of production. Can you us about what? Tell us a bit about the difference between pro-production, production, and post-production.
Well, I think pre-production is the most important aspect of any project because if you don't know what you're shooting or where you're shooting or what the story is, then you can't shoot anything. Well, you literally can't show up anywhere with a camera and just start making a project without no plan of what the project is going to be. And if you do, it's a mess during production. And if you bring that mess into post production, which is editing, the editor doesn't know how to cut it together because there's no planned story, there's no planned shot. It's just a mess from the beginning all the way to the end. So I think pre-production is the most important part of the three steps. And I'm not sure if that was specifically the question, but that's how I answered it.
Thank you.
How are the tools that you use in each aspect of the film production different?
So the tools have changed. The tools have become more accessible.
Okay.
A lot of people will obsess over different types of gear, like huge cameras or like expensive microphones or big lights. But really, you can create a movie with the phone in your pocket. And I would not, I mean, I'd say if it's something that you want to pursue, do it with the tools that you have. Because who you are as a filmmaker or a creator is going to shine through whatever medium that you use. So that's pen and paper or paint or anything. Like who you are as an individual is going to be evident through whatever medium that you have.
What's the hardest lesson you've learned working up in professional film?
The hardest lesson that I've learned is probably, oh man, how to take care of yourself. The film industry is very shiny and glamorous, and for that reason, a lot of people will do anything to get into it. For that same reason, people will let themselves be taken advantage of because they think they're going to get something, that might be promised by a superior on the job, and it might be a particular personality's only mission in life to take advantage of unsuspecting people who are just trying to make a career for themselves. So I think one of the hardest lessons that I've learned, which only comes with experience in getting burned or misused by people, is to protect yourself and to guard yourself and to really do what's best for you despite it making other people feel some kind of way. You've got to protect yourself.
So I'm sure that filming has taken you many places. What's a story that you have from any of those places?
Man, yeah, filming has taken me some pretty interesting. I think the one interesting place it's taken me is to Thimble Island on a location scout. There's this place in Brantford where it's literally a community of houses on their own personal islands in this, I guess it's in the middle of the ocean. And I would have never known that place was there or it existed if I weren't in pre-production for a film that I was working on. So it has just literally taken me to an interesting place I wouldn't have known about had I not needed to be out there.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Solomon.
How are you?
Good, you?
I'm good.
Okay. So my question is, what is the weirdest rule you had to follow while on set?
The weirdest rule. I think one of the weirder things about being on set is that everybody has a walkie-talkie and an in-ear piece with that walkie-talkie. So whenever a command comes over that walkie-talkie, you have to drop what you're doing immediately and go follow that command from your superior. And what makes that weird is during downtime, you'll be talking with your friend, just trying to catch up, and you can immediately just stop talking and listening to whatever's in their ear. And it's not weird for them because they know what's going on also, right? So we're conversing, we're having this typical
Yeah,
you have to just leave and walk off. So that's kind of weird.
That does seem weird. As the representative as of right now, I'd like to thank you for coming on to the show and explaining some of the questions that we have.
Thanks for
Thank
having
you.
me. Yep.